Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Noda Podcast, hosted by Eric and Daniel.
Hello, I'm Daniel.
This is a place where we talk about movies, TV shows, and other things that tickle our fancy. This week, we will be talking about the movie RV, starring Robin Williams, Cheryl Hines, Josh Hutcherson, and JoJo, and Jeff Daniels.
And Will Arnett.
And Will Arnett. Yeah. Gotta love them. I think this cast is a pretty solid cast. I think it's funny.
They could do better, but it is a really good cast.
So we start out with a super wholesome moment where Robin Williams' character Bob is talking to his daughter and he's tucking her in and is like, "Oh, I'll always be there for you. Like, chase your dreams. I love you, daughter." And then we see them like hard cut into the whole family, Bob, wife, daughter, son, sitting in a car, disgruntled, kind of arguing, like unhappy family setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they go to pick up JoJo's friend to go to this like snazzy outdoor bougie food place thing.
Yeah,
to meet with Bob's boss.
Who is Will Arnett? Because it's like a company meeting, right?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know what it's for. They don't really talk about what it is.
It's just like a garden party.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Thank you. Like,
I only know what this is because of Andy from The Office.
Andy punches holes in walls.
And the man who throws garden parties for absolute zero reason.
I think that's every garden party. But yeah, so they show up. Bob is like, I really got to make a good impression. Like, there's this new guy. Like, he's young. He's like, he could easily take my job. People are conversing, everything like that. And then JoJo and her friend is, they both start talking to Will Arnett. And Will Arnett in this movie is kind of creepy as fuck.
He's a massive douchebag.
And which makes him hilarious because it's Will Arnett. And I love Will Arnett. He starts talking to JoJo and her friend, kind of like oddly hits on them. And then JoJo's friend is like, "Listen here, your company does this, and this to the environment, and we hate you for that, and you're gonna like wallow in your own, doings," kind of thing. And then throws like a tub of fat on him.
Yeah, because he's also the one who instituted soda into like schools. So she blames him for giving her generation diabetes.
Yeah, which is totally a good cause to throw fat on another human being.
It's understandable.
It's amazing. So they go to drop off JoJo's friend, and Bob like pretends to like run her over almost. Like he kind of like scoots forward in the car.
Yeah, he like reaches, like skirts forward, and then the wife's like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Lurches. That's the word. Lurches forward.
Lurches. So the next day, when Bob goes to work, he gets into like his boss's office, and he's like, "Listen here, I'm gonna fire you, but I can't fire you because you need to do a presentation in Boulder, Colorado. You're the guy. You're good at presentations. You know how to close the deal, kind of things, right?" And so he's like, "Okay, I can do it. I can be there. Like, don't let the new guy do it." Mm-hmm. And so that's like his big arc of the movie. It's like, okay, I now have to road trip with my family.
Yeah, because he planned on going to Hawaii, but he was like, the boss was like, "No, I need you to be in Boulder." He's like, "But I have a Hawaii trip." He's like, "I don't care. Do you want your job? You're going here." And he's like, "The new dude can write presentations, but he can't give them. You have that special sauce."
He goes home, talks to his wife, and is like, "No, we're good," So then the next day, he shows up with an RV, and it's just like, "Nope, we're going on a road trip." And they do like a whole 12-point turn to get out of their driveway and destroy their yard.
It hits literally every column of bricks that could be there, hits them all.
Swiftly drives away. They name the RV the Big Ol'Rollin Turd. I love it. So they're on the road probably for like, I don't know, good day or so maybe. I don't know the distance of this trip. But they have to to dump the pooper holder
Yeah,
compartment
they get to
of the
their first
RV,
RV stop.
and this is when Daniel hated the movie. This is it.
Yeah, I started to watch this on like Monday night, and I stopped watching it and did not continue until Sunday night because I was so grossed out by the poop flying. He doesn't know how to empty the poop from the RV because he's renting an RV and
Yeah,
he's using the wrong tubes, and so there's some redneck characters.
dude, they threw a whole fest for him.
Yeah, they try to help him, and they try
Yeah,
to help him in the sweetest way, but they're also like the type of person's like, okay, you don't
that's
know.
not who you take advice from.
Yeah, there's like,
Yeah,
it's like, look, you might not know anything. I know just enough to be dangerous, not to actually help you, but just enough that like it sounds like I could help you, but I'm probably gonna fuck your shit up.
yeah. You use the Y coupling. It'll be fine.
And it's Brett. So they have two tubes hooked up through this adapter, and the adapter like is shaped as a Y, and it shoots through the top. Because newsflash, gravity doesn't
That's
work that way.
how. Yep, that's called pressure.
Yep. And so poop flies over the top at the top and gets all over Robin Williams, and they try to stop it, but they can't. And it gets all over him, and it flies and hits the ground. And that's when we meet Travis, who's played by Jeff Daniels.
Yes, sir.
He
So he sprays him off and everything,
he waters him down.
and then he gets invited to the family dinner, and Bob's like, no, 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 we're fine. Like, I'll make my own dinner for my family, and utterly fails. So they go and hang out with the Cornigis. The Cornickies? Cornickies.
Yeah,
Got him.
I have no clue.
That's when we get to meet the happiest, giddiest, song singing road folk one could ever witness in cinema history. Yeah,
They're a
yeah, no,
lot.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah. They're
they
a lot.
they're a lot. Like I'm going to sing you a song goodbye a lot. They do that. That's not hyperbole. They actually sing Bob's family because Bob's family is trying to escape this family dinner. They
Yeah,
pretty
they're trying
much
to dip.
yeah, they eat and leave. Is 1000% what happens.
They literally dine and dash.
And as they're leaving, the corner keys are like, "Wait a minute, let's us sing you a song." And they start singing them. They get like instruments out, and they have like a whole song that the
Yeah,
whole family sings.
it's a hoot, as some would say. But that whole night, so sneakily before the trip started, Bob hides his laptop because he has his own mission, right? The family thinks that they're just going on an RV trip to explore the country. Ah, so much fun. But really, Bob's intention is to write his presentation, send it to his boss, and magically try to go to this meeting without his family knowing, right? That's like his undercover plan compared to what the family thinks he's doing. So he stays up all night, writes his presentation on his laptop, and then struggles to find service connection, so he can't send it. Either way, Bob almost kills his family by passing a tractor, right? His wife is like, "Hey, Bob, don't pressure him. He's not a good driver." And then he's like, "Haha, watch this." And then plays chicken with a semi truck.
Yeah,
And
like when he's the reason why he did it was because his wife said he was a bad driver, and the whole time like you fucking idiot. But while he's playing
yeah,
chicken, I'm
this is
like,
not what you do.
I've been the first time I got my like okay, we're talking like first year into me having my license, like 5 months into me having my driver's license, I pretty much did exactly what he did.
Mm-mm.
I was by myself, so I wasn't risking other people's lives. I would never do that
I
with other
wasn't
people.
endangering. Yeah,
I
just
just
my own. It's
endangered
fine.
myself and
Yeah.
the other car in the incoming lane.
So somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah. You just didn't know him. It didn't count.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they stop to fill up gas, right? And Bob's like, "Oh no, I've got to poop. I've got to run inside this gas station and go to the bathroom." And he's like, pulls out his laptop to try and send the thing, right? And then his son runs in, is like, Dad, the RV is rolling away. And the Kornicki family miraculously finds them. At this
Mm-hmm.
point in the
Mm-hmm.
movie, you really think that this family is now stalking, like stalk to kill, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
they're too happy.
Oh, they
They're
are.
too happy.
And they have the
They're
most distinct horn
creepy.
in the
Yeah,
world.
it's the Star Trek theme song.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it's just so stupid.
Yep.
Ah, I found you guys. You want to go get breakfast, right?
Because the whole
Puts Bob in a headlock.
yeah, because oh yeah, there's two big running jokes throughout this movie. The first one
Headlocks
is
and no brakes.
yep, because they when he as we mentioned earlier, when he did his 12-point turn, he broke the e-brake on the RV. So the
Yeah.
rest of the movie, whenever they have to set the RV, they have to put blocks in front of the
Yeah, they gotta put
wheels.
wedges between the back wheels.
Which, if you've ever driven a fifth wheel, or
You
if
should
you've
do anyways.
yeah, that's standard.
That's just protocol.
That is super standard. And every time they stop, I think in my head,
Do it.
you didn't put your
Yep.
brakes in.
We're fucked.
Your fifth wheel's gonna fucking fly away. You
Yep.
dumbass.
This whole movie, that's not how that would work. But so the Cornickys, it's a Nicky. Cornickys, excuse me. Invite
Portuguese.
them to yes. Uh well no, it's not geese. It's
I just pronounce it the way I hear it. I don't know how the right way to say it is. Cornickies. I don't fucking know.
I don't. They got a weird last name. Anyways, they invite them to breakfast, and the squad ditches them.
As you do.
Yeah, as you always do, ditch breakfast. No one fucking eats that. So they're on the road again. They get stuck behind the tractor that they had passed. You know, because you pass something and go
Did
into
we
the
mention that
gas station.
when he went to go check to see if the RV was running away, they put the laptop behind the toilet?
Yeah, and then when he comes back, it's stolen.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes back and some dude with a guitar dips with it. So now he doesn't have his laptop, so you know, oh shit. And they're going, and then they stop at another spot. Magically, somehow, between them stopping at the gas station and them getting out of their RV probably once or twice, raccoons are in the oven. Multiple. 3 of them are in the
A
oven.
whole family.
A whole family, a whole pack. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's the correct term for a squad. Maybe no, I'll say squad. A squad of raccoons. They're ninjas.
Don't worry, I'm googling it. So if I remember, it's something ridiculous. It's it
Is
is.
it a nest?
No, it's a
Is it a squad?
no, it's a nursery.
A nursery of raccoons.
That's so
Okay, even
ridiculous.
better. So Bob is tasked by his family to fight off the nursery of raccoons, and so we get this epic scene where he fights them. We see nothing because you know.
But it's epic. It's great Robin Williams acting. He's fighting
Yep,
nothing.
yep. And so he runs out, and then he runs to like a gas station or something because they're not that far, or like a bar or something like that. And he comes back with a smoke bomb, like
Yeah.
a rodent smoke bomb killer.
Yeah, it's a stink bomb that the Rangers office gave him.
So he fire in the hole, right? It's then his wife then reads the label, up to 6 hours or something like that. We get the scene of the family sitting out in the rain with their trash bags essentially around them to keep them dry.
Yeah, it's how people wear trash bags. Yeah,
Yeah.
for whatever. Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
get wet,
Yeah.
so they put trash bags on. They cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's disposable raincoats.
His son is like, nah, let's go to the bar. We can sit in there and eat
Yeah,
pizza.
there's a
And
bar close.
yeah, I could see it over the ridge. Slips and then goes down a natural water slide.
And somehow all fucking 4 of them all slide
Carl!
in the same. Yeah, like okay, one of them, the first person who fell, the wife, I can understand that. Being like the first person to walk up to where
Yeah, the
Carl
first
fell.
responder.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
first
makes
responder
sense.
is always going to be the dumb bitch who falls.
The
But then
dumb bitch who
But the
falls.
rest of them should see the dumb bitch and the dumber bitch and be like,
Yeah,
oh, maybe I shouldn't fall with them. And they
yeah.
do.
So they slide down this natural, like it's raining, but it is not raining that much. Like there has to be an irrigation problem somewhere in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, no, they're in the desert. Like, they're
Yeah,
in a
they're in the middle
desert.
of nowhere.
They're in legitimately a desert because they
Like the
see,
fact
like,
that they found a bar, that bar is like a mirage.
well, not
That
only.
bar should not be there,
Wait,
dude.
not only should the bar not be there, but I'm about to tell you something that's even more crazy. So they're in the middle of a mesa. Like, what Carl climbs up on is like a rock dirt, like, statue
It's like what
esque.
you'd find in like Arizona.
Yes, it's literally a desert-esque landscape, but it's not just raining, it's downpouring. It's raining enough that it's almost like a flash flood in a fucking desert, Eric.
I'm legitimately looking up if Arizona has flash floods. Just so you know.
Yeah, dude, I don't think they do. If they do, it's like once every like 3 years or some shit.
So I don't know like the level of how crazy the floods are, like the flash floods, but Arizona leads the pack of damage with 467 floods reported so
No,
far this year.
no shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know shit. Don't listen to me. I'm a dumb bitch.
Oh,
Continue.
dude, same. I never. That would have been the last place that I would have thought.
The Noted podcast reveals we're dumb
We're
bitches.
dumb bitches. Yeah, no, we're the dumb bitch that follows Carl down the water slide. That's who we are.
Yeah. We
Um,
don't know shit.
yeah, no, we don't. But yeah, this is pretty much when the movie takes a realistic, like it's been pretty semi-realistic besides like the raccoon fight, but I could see how that could be some like semi-realistic, right? But the fact
Yeah.
that, I mean, raccoons can hide in an oven.
Yeah,
I don't know how they
exactly.
got in there, but like they can hide in
It's
there.
not
But
super unrealistic.
yeah, but the minute that you slide down 35 feet of rock in the middle of nowhere and then giggle and laugh, and the husband and wife, Bob and whatever dumb bitch name is,
Yeah.
they have a moment of like falling back in love, right?
Jamie.
Which makes
Or shit. Yeah,
Jamie
they call her
dumb
Jamie.
bitch. Her name's dumb bitch now. The first responder.
Dumb bitch. The first
Um
responder.
full title.
Mhm.
But so that's really when the movie becomes like unrealistic in my opinion, is when they go down the waterfall. But they find refuge in the bar, they eat. When Bob's family ditched the Cornickies, they picked up a hitchhiker. And
The
this
guy with the
hitchhiker
guitar.
was the dude with a guitar, which was the dude who stole a laptop in the bathroom from Bob. And doing so, they pick him up and they're having like a fun old time. He's playing guitar, and then the kid, the smallest kid, the creepy one, the
Who
one who
doesn't
throws
sleep.
rocks,
Who does
he doesn't
not
sleep,
sleep. Yeah.
and he bats rocks into people's RVs.
That's
He's a
how.
menace,
Yeah,
dude.
this kid. The reason. So, what Eric was about to say. Sorry to cut you off.
No, dude, go
Um,
ahead. You're good.
he's the one who knows what the laptop is, and he knows
Mm-hmm.
it's Bob's because Bob, like we mentioned earlier, stays up all night trying to write his presentation and send it to work. Well, this kid walks into the bathroom and sees Bob in the bathroom with the laptop, and he's like, "Oh, that's a nice one you get," because they like, "Oh wow, that's big." They make a penis joke, by the way. This
Oh, dude,
movie, there's
there's
so many
so
penis jokes.
many. Not only that, but there's so many adult jokes in this movie, and I think that's the thing that makes it.
But
I mean, we'll get into this later,
it's
but like
low
that's kind of
hanging
the thing.
it's like
It
low
is.
hanging
It's
fruit.
all cheap jokes. Like this
Yes.
whole movie is just cheap jokes.
But like so this kid noticed that he has a laptop and they make a joke about it. And so then when Bob leaves the stall and leaves the bathroom at like 5 a.m. in the morning, The kid is outside smacking rocks with a stick into what sounds
Into
like,
cars.
yeah, it
No,
sounds like
into cars. You
glass
hear glass
breaking.
break. Yeah,
Yes.
he smashes it into people's RVs, bro.
And so,
He's a menace.
so when they pick up this hitchhiker and they're all singing songs as he plays it on his guitar, the kid sees in his
The
backpack.
wide eyes.
Yep,
The
wide eye. He
wide
sees a
eyes.
laptop stick out of his backpack. Cut to them pulling over and kicking this dude out. And because the son apparently told his parents that that's Bob's laptop. This is when my favorite part of the movie happens is the corner keys after that. The dad Travis was telling the wife, he's like, I don't they ditched us, honey. They just ditched us. And the
Yeah.
wife is like, no, they must have had a reason. And then once they do the whole laptop bit, Travis is like, I'm sorry, honey, you're right. They're good people. They're good
Yeah.
people. I was the wrong one. They're good people. And from that point forward, I like the corner keys. I'm not gonna lie. From that
Yeah.
point forward, I kind of like them.
But now they're on a task of like tracking them down.
To give them the laptop because they know where they're going.
They know that like at least we know where they're going.
Yep, because they
Boulder,
mentioned that
Colorado.
exactly.
Yeah, the Carl did. He's like, yeah, we're going to Boulder, Colorado.
Fucking
And
Carl.
the sister's like, shut the fuck up, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the mom is, whatever.
Yeah, because Carl's the only one who likes the Gordon Keys, by the way, because he's in love with the daughter.
Yeah, he's got a crush on creepy, close-eyed daughter.
Oh, by the way, can we just
boom roasted?
We haven't really talked about Carl or the rest. Like,
man pumps.
So
man's
pumps.
like 11.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
he's got weights like holding his muscles like. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it's like singing rap.
So Josh Hutcherson, his character Carl, wants to be a gangster. That's just it's the best way to explain it is like a white kid that listened to Eminem at too young of an age and thought he could also be a gangster.
Man wants to be the next 8 Mile character.
Yeah, he thinks that because he likes rap and lifts weights that he can be part of that community.
Man's gonna be swole.
Like they start off by showing his character benching weights in his bedroom, and then I kid you not,
he literally says, "You're ruining my vibe, Dad."
Yep,
he says that. He uses the word vibe. Years before.
Yeah, way ahead
years.
Of time. He literally he packs dumbbells with him on this on this RV trip, because throughout the movie he's pumping dumbbells, and then the girl, the one he's like has a crush on, and like because he sees her and he's like whoa, and the oldest son of the Gordon Keys sees Jojo, and he's like whoa,
and it's like whoa.
Yeah, so Carl,
dude, that's love right there.
Whoa! It literally explains the scene in 3 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
They both go like the stereotypical slow-mo music plays.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep, dude, I love it.
And I love that it's both of the boys. It's not the girls too, because the girls are so unimpressed with both of the boys. Like like JoJo was like, "You're weird and creepy," and then the girl from the Gordon Keys is like, yeah, you're like, she's so unimpressed with him working out. Like he's like, I pulled a muscle. She's like, where?
Yeah, where? Outside.
Yeah, it's so
like you fucking dense, buddy.
Dude.
Where on your body did you pull a muscle?
It's like it's kind of the best part of like. Okay, so
I will say though, the oldest son, he's got moves, man.
He works it out in the later part of the movie. He works it out.
They're literally in the towards the end of the movie. I think he's got her in the bag.
Oh, they're making out. They're a thing at the end of the movie.
Yep.
Once she realizes he's smart, but we'll get there. Yeah, because they're homeschooled.
He says no fucking spoilers.
Yeah, they're homeschooled, which they reveal when they first meet the Gordon Keys, and they're like, the Gordon Keys are Hicks. If we haven't, yeah, they're all Hicks, and the homeschoolers are like, because they're Hicks and they're homeschooled, our main cast, our main family just assumes that they're all stupid.
Okay.
And to be fair, that's all the movie shows us. The movie only shows us they're stupid. They don't show us anything else.
I wouldn't call them Hicks. I think when I hear
Did
the
you
word
hear that
Hicks,
accent?
yeah, but when I think of Hicks, I think of people living out in the sticks.
They literally live in an RV. What
Yeah,
else
that
would
is,
you call a
bro,
stick? They live
bro.
in the
They
sticks.
okay. First of all, no, they don't live in the sticks. They live in a nice RV where his wife makes 60K,
I will
sixty
say
thousand dollars
that
a
red
year,
RV is pretty.
bro.
It's
They're
the Lightning
loaded.
McQueen of the RVs.
I won't say that they're
Yeah,
loaded,
they're not loaded.
but
They're barely
they're
making over average.
I feel like they're making enough to be extremely happy for where they're at, which is why we see the family the way they are. I wouldn't use the word Hicks. I get where
Well,
you're
they're
coming from.
presented as Hicks. Like when we first meet the Gornikes, they're presented to be this like wild country folk. Do you agree or do you disagree? I feel like
Yeah,
they're presented that way. I feel like the movie wants us to think they're uncivilized and they're Hicks.
see, the reason why I disagree with you is because I looked up the definition of hick, which I'll agree with partially. It says a person who lives in the country regarded as being unintelligent or provisional.
Yeah, how is that not exactly what the Gornikes are? Like, yeah,
Because they're intelligent.
no, but we don't know that. We
Yes, we
literally,
do.
when they present them, they say they make $60,000 a year.
And she has her own makeup business, and he writes music.
She says she's a gynecologist. To be fair, the way she says it is
that,
super like
yeah.
not a gynecologist. Sorry, that's a different type of doctor.
That's a way different
It's
kind
a
of
way
doctor.
different
That's
doctor.
a way different doctor. That's a downstairs doctor.
Yes. Sorry. That is a throwback to our other movie we reviewed just a couple weeks ago. No, she's a what's a beautician? What's that? Not
I'll take
doctor.
that. That's
We'll
it.
call
She's
her
a
a beautician.
beautician.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she's a beautifier.
but yeah,
She has her own recording booth
for
in the RV.
for like yeah like horn is because she does commercials for the RVs because she says she makes 60,000 inside the RV without having to leave it, and Robin Williams makes a horror joke. He
Oh
calls
yeah.
her a hooker.
He's like, oh yeah, you hook.
Yeah, which I was like, I agreed. I thought that's what they were
Yeah,
going with it.
I wouldn't have disagreed with him. But no, I think the reason why I wouldn't use the word hick is just because I see them as country people. I think all the people at the poop stop,
Or
those
Hicks.
are hicks. Yeah,
Once
but hick
at the
is
end,
like stereotyped as like hillbilly.
yeah, they are hillbilly. I feel like at the end of
No,
the
they're
movie,
not.
okay, let me put it this way. I feel like at the end of the movie, spoilers, but not spoilers, we understand who they truly are. We understand they're not that. But when we first meet them, I feel like they're presented to be Hicks, even though we know that they make money. Like it's like, yeah, sure, okay. I don't like. I feel like they're still presented to be like stupid and weird and creepy, and like country folk and Hicks.
I will agree to disagree. I think hicks is a wrong descriptor.
Okay,
But
we
anywho, they
digress.
threatened them with paintball guns.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to chase them to give back the laptop,
Laptop. Yeah.
and so they're not listening to the wife while she screams at them because they literally go into the passing lane for like 5 minutes, and in the passing lane she's like, "Bring out the guns, kids!" And
No,
all three of their kids.
they're in a double laned. They're on a
No,
highway.
there's only two, dude. They're on a 2 lane highway, one incoming, one outgoing. They're not in a double lane. I remember that because they like went into the double lane to pass. I was like, the fuck you doing? But yeah, they bring out the paintball guns to threaten them.
The family turns off into like they escape. They
Mm-hmm.
turn off
Mm-hmm.
into a campsite. Robin Williams defends his son so that he his son wants to play basketball with like other woodland gangsters.
Yeah, they're
Um
like they're Josh Hutcherson in 5 years.
and so he defends his son. Then they go on like the family is coming together, right? Like they're finally all on the same page. They're all happy. Bob has written his presentation on his BlackBerry, like sent it to his boss, and now the only thing that's left is for him to go to the meeting. The whole family goes on a beautiful hike, and Robin Williams plays possum essentially,
Yeah,
except
he
not
pretends
dead,
to be like
but shits.
constipated. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has the diarrhea. He runs back to the RV, he's like, no, like, no, kids, wife, like, finish the hike. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So he runs back to the RV, gets in a suit, drives to the meeting, kills the meeting, like, sells the crap out of their thing, out of their product.
You want to be the next
Um,
Reba?
yeah,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I love that scene because I don't know about you, but my mom loved not Reba, sorry, I Love Lucy. My mom, because he says you want
I
to be
Love
the
Lucy
next
is
I
good.
Love Lucy. My mom loved that
Yeah,
show, so growing up I watched a lot of I Love Lucy.
yeah.
And when he was like, "Do you want to be the next I Love Lucy?" Something that America falls in love with. I was like, "Ugh,
America.
ugh, you're selling
Sorry.
me, son."
Hmm. While he is trying to reconnect with his family, he decides to try to scale an unscalable mountain. So he literally finds himself, balances his RV perfectly on rocks, and then he proceeds to like run from one end and slam into the other to try to tip it forward. That doesn't work. He like aggressively like rocks from the driver's seat, and then he gets out the front, climbs into the front of this RV, hangs onto the front by the windshield wipers, and then proceeds to like do squats. And then it rolls forward, and then he roll down the mountain in front of the RV. Like he's outside in front of it. No one's steering.
Holding on to the windshield wipers. Yeah, he ran through trees and he fell off of it and it rolled over him. As it rolled over him, his family was like, "Why are you on the ground?" And then he's about to tell her the truth and he realizes the RV is exactly where it should be.
Yeah.
What a
And he's like,
coinkydink.
"Oh. Oh, sorry." Then after that, they decide to go to a lake. The family hasn't figured out that he ditched them or anything. And so they're standing in front of the lake, and guess who forgot to put the blocks in?
It's almost like they foreshadowed it every 10 minutes
Oh
of the
my
movie.
goodness. So it rolls into a lake. And he's like, "No, how am I going to get to the meeting? Fuck." Right?
And she's like, "What meeting?"
Yep. And then the kids are uh, like, I could have been here, or I could have been doing this and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Listen here, I'm just trying to do my job. If I don't do this, then we have nothing." Right?
Yeah,
And
because they
then
start accusing him of using them, which he's not wrong. I mean, he wasn't truthful about the situation.
not one bit. He pretty much at this point is like, "Okay, Jojo, you're going to do this. Carl, you're going to do this. Jamie, you're going to do this. And we're all going to do our part. We're all going to come together as a family, and we're going to get out of this," kind of thing. Right? And they're just like, "No, no, we're not." And he's like, "Really? Like, you guys are just going to abandon me right here," kind of thing. Right? And then he just walks straight into the lake. Just like, just,
Yeah, like a
just
man who's
walks.
about to kill himself.
Yeah, just, oh, don't say that,
Look, you can't tell me you weren't
Daniel.
thinking about it. You can't tell me you weren't thinking. The man walked into the. He didn't swim. He did not swim.
Daniel.
He walked. He walked like he
I'm
was ready to drown. Okay?
I'm aware, but Robin Williams killed himself.
Fair. Fair. But he didn't
Yeah.
kill himself by walking into a lake, so I don't feel.
Nah, he just hung himself. It's fine.
Okay,
It's great. It's okay.
let's move on. Let's
That's
move
a
on.
topic for a different podcast.
Exactly. He rides a
um,
bike out of the lake.
yeah, straight up like pedals out of the lake. And so then it's just like a montage of family walking away, him riding through, them talking, him riding through the forest, and then all of a sudden, Star Trek horn. They get picked up, they explain everything.
Because she's saying like, if we were like, we were in love and we were a team, and then we started becoming more like associates. Like, you do this for the kids and I'll do this. And it was like they were more like business partners than lovers. And she's like, "Do you ever feel like that?" And that's when they're like, "Nah, we like you said, like
We run a family.
we love each other and we have kids. Like, we don't feel like we're associates because Like, the Cornikes live such a, like, simplified life
Yeah,
comparative.
they're an on the road family.
Which, I honestly, dude, I'm kind of about. I'm not gonna lie. After this last week of me just up being on the road, kind of about it.
Daniel, I'm schooling you as we speak, just so you know.
You're schooling me
Yes,
on what?
it was a double lane. Boom roasted.
I disagree.
No, I just sent you a clip.
You just sent me a clip. And what?
Uber professional.
Okay, let's see.
Skip to about
Yeah, sorry everyone else who's listening to this. You're not gonna be able to see this, but this is needed for me to
skip
see.
to like 38 seconds. 37 seconds.
No, dude, you're wrong. It's not a double lane. That's, if you look at it, when they're showing them get into the second lane, that is a normal highway with just 2 lanes. They're going into the pass lane, and you can tell because there's a white dotted line, which the white dotted line means you can pass.
Yes.
That's
in a 2-laned highway.
That's not a 2-lane. Okay, 2-laned as oncoming and outgoing, but 2-laned means there's a pass lane. There is a pass lane, but they're going on to oncoming traffic pass lane.
No, because the oncoming traffic's on the other side of the road.
Yes, that's what they're in. They're in the oncoming. They're on
No,
the.
there's a whole nother road to the left of them.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. There. It's like a freeway. Yeah.
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 I
Get
see.
wrecked, boy.
Cause okay. To be fair. It
No, you're good.
looks like a normal highway, but I just
Yeah.
hit pause on the area that shows them in the rearview mirror, and you
Yeah.
are correct. There is another road across the green from where they are, indicating there is another highway going the other direction. Fuck you.
Nope. Nope. You can't fuck the one that's right. Fuck you.
Okay, I secede. You are correct.
You're welcome.
I concede, not secede. Secede would mean I'm leaving.
Well, I mean, if you want to.
Okay, let's continue.
But so the Cornegis and Bob's family, they stop at a gas station, right? And Bob's like, my family. Straight goes BMX, right? He sees them with them. They're playing catch, jumps down the hill, goes all skirt skirt, somehow chases them down on a bike, like on the road, like trailing them. He finds the perfect draft lane and catches up to them, grabs the back ladder, climbs up on top, hangs off the front, and then Travis, hits the brakes. He flies off the front. They get into like an argument that turns into like emotional, revealing things to each other, heartwarming conversation.
You should have just told me the truth. You think I'm an
Exactly.
evil wife like that? I would understand. I got your back. And then they both.
I'll always be there. And then Robin Williams is like, I'll never make it to this meeting. No. And then Travis is like, we're here.
Because foreshadowing, Travis, like, when they were driving, he's like, I'm going to take you, because he's talking to the wife,
I know exactly where you need to be.
Yup.
Yep. So he dropped, they all go to the meeting. Bob kills it, sells out his company, tells them that they're like horrible people. Will Arnett stands up and is like, he's off his meds.
He's
You're
disgruntled.
Fired. Yeah, he can't be here. He doesn't work for us anymore. And then he starts to like insult the family kind of thing. And then Carl walks up and he's like, flips him over the shoulder and then does the stupidest shit. He Street Fighter poses on him. He literally bounces back and forth on his feet after he flips this man.
Let's be honest, though. Nothing about that is surprising.
No, I hated
Carl
it. I completely forgot about that, dude. And the fact that I saw that, I haven't watched this movie in years.
Oh, yeah. Last time I watched this movie
that,
is when you and I watched this movie when we were the target demographics in 2006.
Oh, yeah. I watched this movie when I was Carl's age.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so seeing him flip an adult, believable. But then for him to go, hiya! And then rock back and forth like a Street Fighter character, like,
It's
what?
rough.
What? First of all, we get no backstory or no like insight to him having any kind of fighting capability. Right? He
Mm-hmm.
got a wedgie 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, all
And
we
now
know
he
is he
flips
lifts
an adult
weights.
and fighter styles hiya someone? Like, no. And then the daughter from the Cornegis is like, my hero.
Mike, even though she's only been disgusted.
They leave, they mad like that's the last time you see the Cornegie family. You don't know where they go or if they're even friends anymore. They somehow get the
But
RV from the
he
lake.
he compliments him in the speech, so it sounds like the Corner V family and them are still like on good terms. But yeah, we don't see them anymore.
Yeah, they just kind of disappear because this is the end of the movie,
Yeah,
right? They get the RV out of the lake somehow. Then they're driving. It's starting to snow. Wife's like, "Hey, gotta put the chains on," and he's like, "Babe, we're in the Big Rollin' Turd. We don't need chains."
yeah.
They
It's the
get pulled
middle of
over by the
July.
state.
No chains are
Yeah,
needed.
yeah. They get pulled over by the state. Then the people that he pitched, they're
Yeah,
like,
the
"Oh,
hippies.
we're so happy. We're so happy that the trooper found him. Uh, Bob, we'd like to offer you a job to represent our company." And he's like, "What?" And then the wife's like, "He'll take it, right?" And then the RV once again rolls
Rolls over
backwards and flattens two cars.
like monster
And
truck rally
yeah,
flattens. Like we're talking about
flattens.
we're talking about like it's a pancake now. Flattens.
Yeah, it's flat. And then one of the kids say haha something funny and then the movie's over. That's it.
Yep.
And then after credit scene, the Cornegie family's like singing Route 66, which I love. I don't know if you watched that or not, but
I
it's
did
good.
not see that part.
Yeah, dude. So that's pretty much the movie. Cars get flattened, and that's it.
What do you think of
Out
this
of,
movie?
I think this movie holds a spot in my brain that I will always love it, just because I grew up with this movie. Like the first time that I watched this movie when I was a kid, it was hilarious, and I loved it, and it was amazing. It was another Robin Williams film that hit right. It was a good one. It was good when I was younger. Rewatching it now, it kind of turns into a fever dream that doesn't make sense to me, and I kind of don't understand how it actually became a movie. I'll still, like I said, I will still always love this movie just because it was one of my favorites growing up. Like I own this movie, like DVD. I own this movie. Um, but I don't think that it's like good nowadays. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So you know how like they say never meet your heroes, and and nostalgia covers up stuff like you're looking at in rose-colored glasses,
Yeah.
rose-tinted glasses. I felt that way about this movie. As a kid, I watched this movie similar to you, and I loved this movie. I remember liking it a lot. Rewatching this movie was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the
Yeah.
first movie we reviewed that I truly do not like. And I know that I said that about another movie, but like even then I was like, I don't love it, but like I don't hate it. This movie I really did not like, dude. Like it had its moments that were good, but it was just so cringy. It was so, and we didn't talk about a lot of the cringy movie moments in this movie. Uh, there was quite a few moments that we just kind of skipped over, but there was a lot of cringy moments in this movie that I just did not enjoy.
Yeah.
And I can understand why you like it. Like I enjoy Robin Williams. I like Josh Hutcherson. JoJo's a great actor, and even the mom is a great actor. But it's just, and then Will Arnett's in it, and Jeff Daniels is good. But like, I don't know, the writing for this movie it did not age well.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That's why I said that I liked it when I was a kid, but
Exactly.
I don't think that I will ever watch it again.
Honestly, this movie I did not like seeing Robin Williams in this light. Like, it made me sad to see Robin Williams playing kind of a dirtbag. Because Bob is not a good guy. Like, he's not terrible, but, like, most of this movie, Bob is in the wrong, and it made me sad and upset to see Bob like that. He redeemed himself at the end, for sure. But most of the movie, I was like, oh, come on. Come on. You're better than this, Robin Williams. You're better than this. You know what I mean?
Not really, but yeah, I can understand that.
I'm not used to seeing him play kind of like. I feel like he doesn't play dirtbag roles often, and Bob was kind of a dirtbag character. Up until the end, Bob's justifications for everything he did were kind of selfish. Not kind of, like really selfish. It made me
Okay.
sad to see Robin Williams play a character like that, because I don't feel like I've seen Robin Williams play a character like that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't understand how you see his actions as selfish when he's trying to save his job. I understand like the lying to his family, but that's also to provide for his family.
Well, he's lying to his family because he doesn't feel like they'll support him, which underlining is like putting himself first.
I disagree with that. That's not putting himself first.
It's
How
it's
like
it's his,
how?
it's putting his ego first. It's the fact of like I have to be the provider and I can't show weakness and they won't understand and they'll think of me less. It's like an ego first type of thing. It might
I
not be
mean
putting himself
that's
first, but it's an
bro,
ego
that's just
first.
humanity though. No one wants to be weak.
I
And
mean,
he's a
yeah.
father. He's always want like from the beginning of the movie like he told like his daughter that like I'll always be there for you and I'll always like protect you and provide for you kind of shit, right? And then we get to a part in his life where like that is at stake. And like for an old man who could possibly easily be replaced by anybody, right? He has to fight for his opportunity to provide for his family. And his family is like, you know, oh, we're going to go to Hawaii. I'm going to send my son to boarding school. My daughter's going to try and go to Stanford. Like that's a lot of fucking money.
I
That's
mean,
like a lot of pressure for Bob to try and keep a
keep it
job that can
afloat.
provide for all of that. Yeah.
And
So I can understand how you see it as like, you know, I got to save myself to provide for my family, but I also think it's like I have to do these things so that my family doesn't hate me because my family already hates me, you
where my
know?
family's used to this
Yeah,
lifestyle.
used to the exactly, yeah.
And I guess that's fair. I guess the way I look at it though, and that's completely fair considering the situation. The way I look at it is like if he can make those type of because they present his job. They present him like so when the daughter brings her friend to the garden party in the beginning, throwback.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
the boss, Will Arnett, tells the daughter and her friend that Bob is the reason they made the deal to get soda in schools. He
Oh yeah.
talks Bob up as the reason they're able to pull off a lot of their big deals,
Yeah,
which
he's the persuader.
he's the moneymaker. He's the golden
Yep.
goose,
Yep.
which that is literally within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the film. Feels like they're building the fact that Bob is inexpensible. And even though Will Arnett's threatening to fire him, he knows he needs him. And even if Will Arnett does fire him, he'll find a job making good money. And considering the skills he has and the lifestyle he has, he might not get exactly where he's at, but he'll get close. That's why I feel like throughout this movie, for me, it's like, yeah, you lose this job, you'll find another one. You're qualified. You're extremely qualified. And like I know that's not what the movie's trying to present, but I guess that's the mindset I had, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. And
No, it makes
also
sense.
it's like just like tell your wife. You know what I mean? Just tell your wife.
Yeah. Well, he did. She didn't listen to him.
Yeah. But he
But
didn't necessarily try to tell his
no.
wife more than
Yeah, he
once. He like he
he didn't
shoved
say
it.
it with his chest.
He
Yep.
yeah he put it in there in a moment he knew she wasn't gonna notice, and then didn't mention it again.
Yeah, and that is his character though, because he does the same thing with his boss. Like he hides. Like he cowers to the thought of controversy almost.
He doesn't like
Like
confrontation.
yeah, he has to make his wife happy. He has to make his kids happy. He has to make his boss happy, because if he doesn't, then he gets fired. He gets divorced. He gets disowned, you know? Like, so he just does whatever he has to do to keep everything afloat. But I can understand that.
Yeah, I guess if you put it that way, yeah, he's a bit more sympathetic. I don't know. I was just seeing like the negative side of it. I'm just like seeing the easy answer.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
might be a little biased because the movie made me cringe more than any movie's made me cringe in a while. As you
Yeah.
can tell, I would not recommend this movie. I mean, if you like Robin Williams, then like I guess there's some good Robin Williams moments, but to be honest, like I just don't feel like this movie made me dislike Robin Williams more than like him. So even then, I don't know if I would recommend it. I'd recommend
Yeah.
this movie if you want a slice of early 2000s culture. If you want like a time capsule of what early 2006 was, watch this movie. Yeah, so I think that's it. Do you want to lead us out?
I think that's the first time you've ever asked me to do an outro.
Oh yeah, I always outro, don't I?
You do always outro. Well, if you liked this episode, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. That'd be pretty sick. We upload once, twice every week, depending on if we understand our own schedule. Be looking out for next week's podcast, kind of similar to this one. We followed a theme of on-road adventures. So if you can guess what the movie is, brownie points to you. But yeah, this has been this week of Noted with us as cool people.
This has been noted, 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 noted.